You have to exit.
No, oh shoot, I got prayer meeting at 7. Okay. Hey, y'all can have this conversation. Listen, trust me. You guys were so close. Work on it a little bit more. Trust me, you guys will get there. I believe in you guys. Y'all gotta have this conversation.
Before you better pray for me. Before you leave, all right? What I gotta say is, welcome to the All Black Everything Roundtable. Would you have 8 p.m. Eastern on Thursdays whenever we start? We never actually introduced. We literally just started arguing the moment we all came on screen. We started arguing.
I was like, dang, I was a little late. I was like, oh dang, they must have got through intros
Hey,
quick.
hold on. Let's record a fake opening. We can say that was the first topic, and then Eagle can cut that to the beginning.
I think that's actually a smart idea. I'm not even kidding. I think you should do that.
All right, let's do it. Well, welcome to the All Black Everything Roundtable, which we have at 8 p.m. Eastern, really, on Thursdays, weekly, okay? If you're watching us on YouTube, please like, comment, subscribe, consider becoming a YouTube member, hitting that join button, supporting us that way if you want to get that content 7 days a week. I have a great group of individuals with me, right? Well, I don't know. Maybe I'm overstating that part. But, like, I have a group of individuals with me. So, I'll start by introducing them. First, we have my man, Black American Made. How are you, Bam?
I am doing absolutely fantastic. I don't know if I've ever been this good in my entire life, I'm being honest with you. I'm in gear, baby. We are 10-4 doing it. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely, buddy. Next, we have Homeroom with Smooth. Smooth is back with us, and we're very appreciative of that. Thank you for coming through. How you doing, buddy?
Oh man, I'm doing great. Man. I'm glad to be back. You know what I'm saying? Good times as always. You know what I'm saying? It's always gonna be a good time, man. Y'all just stay tuned. You know.
Okay, all right. Thank you so much. Next, we have a brand new individual who is been on our open panels, but new to our closed panels. And I've been trying to get this guy on it for a little bit. His name is Sly Jenks. How are you, Sly?
I'm good. Thank you for inviting me. I really look forward to getting to know these guys. And I really look forward to the conversation. Thank you so much for having me.
All right. My intellectual rival, Fanatic, is back with us here, all right? Fanatic.
Man, I'm so excited for this. We normally have really, really great conversations. I normally agree with everybody here. I think probably the person I've never really had an extensive argument with on the panel is actually Bam. So I can't wait for this conversation to pop off because we typically kind of like shore up each other's defenses and really see things eye to eye. This is going to be a really great conversation. I'm so excited.
Me and you, buddy.
Okay.
Yeah, buddy.
I love to see the camaraderie, right? Black friendship forming here. Won't be broken by anything, I'm sure.
Never.
Last but absolutely not least, we got my man, GSU Gambit, here with us. Thank you, GSU, coming through. I know you're a busy guy, but you made time with us, and I'm always appreciative of that. How you doing, buddy?
Man, I'm doing good today. I was tired, but when I saw that our first topic was going to be over Black representation in media, I was excited, and I had to be here to talk about that. So let's get into it.
I think it's probably going to be a pretty boring one. Like, I don't think.
Yeah. I know we all kind of feel the same on that.
I don't know, man.
But I don't know.
It might get heated.
Maybe,
We'll see.
I know we got we got a bunch of calm Negroes here, right? We don't raise the voice to each other, right? We always pretend like we're in the library, right? Or our mother's looking over our shoulder, right? So we always all about the quorum. Ain't that right, Fanatic?
Yeah, that's true. It's true. And I love it. I love better discourse, and I love it especially with Black people because even though we can get colorful, I feel like this panel we tend to be a little bit more chill, and I'm excited for that, honestly.
Yeah, it's all happiness and love.
Exactly.
All right, listen, that was the best intro we could have possibly done. Only can be done with some real niggas. I love this panel. I love everybody here. Bam, that's our first crazy disagreement. You know I love you even still. You're one of the best people on the planet. I sincerely appreciate you. To the non-FBA nigga, we're going to give you another chance later on. Trust me. We'll figure out some comments right now.
Oh my fucking God. Okay. You know what?
Listen, I love you, bro. I appreciate
the opportunity. I appreciate it.
Legitimately.
Look forward
I'm sorry. It's a terrible first time because we go hard sometimes. But trust me, if we go hard on you, otherwise I'll be putting on kid gloves and not really respecting you. But I appreciate you for being here for that. I love you guys, but I really do got to go. Prayer meeting.
And I'll don't worry. I'll wait as long as it takes to get that data. All right. So.
Okay, nigga, you'll get that data too. All right, peace.
Cool. So which one Which one do we want to vote? Do we want to do the first one or the second?
Let's do the second one, which is the
the first one's close to what we just did.
Oh, sorry, the first one, the Black News Channel one, because like let's save the other one for maybe next week. We get more individuals here to jump in on that, right? The police one.
Wait a minute, this conversation had nothing to do with that topic.
No,
it kinda did. It kinda did. Oh, well, I see what you're doing. I see what you're doing.
No, I'm not playing. This not a joke. I swore. I was like, oh, okay, we started talking about black media and we got to this point. I came in late.
We haven't done
anything. You tell me.
We just been here, bro.
Fanatic went to the movies and then it was, he told us about his movie.
Went to the movies.
Yeah.
I like when we start talking and like, oh, this is a good topic to talk about. So it was dope to me.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Yeah.
And everyone, guys, if you missed any of it, well, one, check out the VODs, but come here, right? Like, we're always doing this. Like, the All Black Everything is really like a best panel, right? So you need to be here, right? We always got entertainment for you. Even if we have a small number of individuals, we made it work. We got small but quality individual, right? Like, it's not about quantity here, it's about quality, and we got a lot of quality people. So
we got the motion in the ocean.
Yes.
All right, so let's do that first topic then. The Black News Channel has recently filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. This is a 2-year-old news venture that has failed to attract many viewers. Was this inevitable? Is this simply because Black people don't support Black businesses? We have content owned and operated by ourselves that will be successful. Yeah, I'm sure you never heard of it, but there was still is a Black News Channel, and it gives you exactly what you think it is, right? And they were on cable. They also had an internet presence, and they had I think the article said 600 or 300 employees at their height. And then they reduced it down to 7 or 11 because of they ran out of funding. Their original owner pulled out. The backer pulled out of the venture, so it's going rough. They're trying right now to save it, but I gotta say I wasn't surprised when I heard about this. I heard about this network before, and we might have even talked about it on All Black Everything a long time ago. Yeah, I want to know what your all presence on this. So we'll start with Bam.
Yeah,
I've heard of the. Go ahead.
Completely. I've heard. I've watched things on the Black News Channel. Mark Lamont Hill, Sharon Reed. I think that it was a. I liked what they were doing. I absolutely loved the intention. It just happened to come at the worst. Well, I guess one of the worst times to possibly decide that you want to invest in television is the time when nobody is getting cable no more, and that sucks. So I don't blame Black people's lack of support. It's just not the media. It's just not where media is headed in general. I think that starting any company, Black or otherwise, trying to start it from scratch in the TV industry, would see similar levels of struggle. I think that. For something, I actually hate that this failed, but I think something similar could work as in other forms of media. If it was a section on the streaming site, I think Hulu has news sections, something like that. If they had that's where it was at, or they had TikToks and things, because that's the only level of engagement people can do these days. Is 20 seconds at a time. Yeah, I think that would be more effective.
Smooth, please.
So I'm gonna be just honest. I never even heard of this at all. And that just shows me their lack of market penetration just in general. Because if they were truly had a social media presence, outside of I know the Shade Room, this spiritual word came out of nowhere or whatever on Instagram. There's another one as well. As far as just Instagram pages that just blew up, and they cover mostly Black gossip and bullshit, but at the same time they exist and I've seen them. This thing is producing quality and I've never even heard of it, and then as Bam made the great point, trying to do television right now, that's dumb. Television, people been cord cutting like crazy. And as you've seen recently, like Netflix can't even survive cord cutting because they just dropped 37% in stock because they upped their price. The people cut them off. And it's just one of those things where I kind of wish that they would have actually tried to build up to launching a network versus just launching a network. Like, yo, we're gonna launch a network. I don't know any of the people behind it. I didn't know it was existing. I didn't know nothing about it. They should have built into this and not just, oh, we're gonna launch into nothingness and we're gonna make this work. If we're on TV, somebody's gonna watch it. No, that's not the case. And then when you have that, most of the people that still have cable really ain't even black people. Most of the time, like the only people I know that have cable is like my grandparents and uncles, like older people. They have cable. Like younger people, we're literally, I want to watch Disney Plus. I want to watch what's coming on Hulu. I want to watch what's on Netflix. And that's it. We literally go straight to what we want to watch, and that's it. And some people don't even have none of that. They just watch YouTube and Twitch. So here we are.
Yeah, and they sub to Twitch too, right? It's crazy.
Yeah.
Let's go to Sly.
Yeah, a lot of things have kind of been said. It's just like I hadn't heard of it either too much. And I'm actually really, really surprised because it's the idea sounds really good to me, and the potential for it is really, really huge because you can see how like far-reaching it could go with its programming. But I have no idea why the marketing kind of fell short there too, because I could see something like this showing up on, like, let's say they work with like another network. It might just be like we might get into it, but like they've been given a bit of a chance here to sell, and hopefully that a buyer is someone that's that can kind of take on the idea, because the idea itself I think is good of having like a black news channel.
Yes, you.
Yeah, so I've had lots of interactions with Black News Channel, but it's always been Mark Lamont Hill. He's had I think I found the channel because I think it was a senator from Georgia, but he could have been from Florida and he had multiple people on to talk about CRT, and he just exposed that most of the people even in our political sphere that talk about CRT as the boogeyman have no fucking clue what CRT is. So he exposed that, and he had, what's the guy named Christopher something, who's like Herschel Walker's son, Christopher Walker probably. He had his son on, and he talked about stuff, but he was just showing how ignorant a lot of people are that are trying to talk about politics, and they have no clue what the thing that they're calling the boogeyman. So it was actually pretty dope. I didn't know. I actually thought it was only him on the network. I didn't know there were other people. I had to look it up when we got this topic. I was like, wait, the Mark Lamont Hill thing is going on, and I was like, wait, it's a whole like everything. I didn't know any of this. So what I will say is, I think the reason why it's not gonna succeed is because I think most black people check out of politics definitely outside of major election years, because most people look at it as, well, the Republicans definitely hate us, and the Democrats not going to do anything, but at least they're going to lie to us and make us feel good. So I think most people have predetermined whoever wins the primary, that's who I'm going to vote for. And that's why we don't have good candidates make it through the primaries, because the establishment people vote in the primaries. They vote for the establishment candidate. And then all of us black people go cast a vote for whoever the Democratic nominee is. So I don't think I don't think the average person puts lots of thoughts into the politisphere. I think it's all predetermined. I'm going to vote. So this show trying to cater to politics, I don't think people are putting energy there. It's unfortunate, and I think it's because people are like not trusting that these people in these political spaces are going to ever try to address their issues. So yeah, I think it's sad that something like this went under. I think Mark Lamont Hill had a lot of great content for sure.
Oh wait, Mark Lamont Hill runs the channel?
No,
I thought he ran it, but I don't know.
He's just one of the anchors. He wasn't even a part of it originally. He came on after the situation happened with CNN. Like they.
Oh really? Oh, he's been going on that long?
Mm-hmm. So,
it's
only been 2 years. It's only a 2 year long venture. That happened a long time ago. Am I incorrect?
I thought this started because of the CNN stuff with him. I just didn't know that. But I don't really know a lot about Mark Lamont Hill either. I just know he said
that incident happened. I think it was longer than 2 years ago, than 2020.
That was definitely longer than 2 years ago. Yeah, that was pre-pandemic.
I'm almost.
And if you know, and if the audience members don't know what we're talking about, Mark Lamont Hill, he was a I think he was a professor at like Temple University or something like that. Mm-hmm. And then he also was a contributor for CNN. And he was not on CNN at the time. He was at some sort of conference and was talking about the Israeli-Palestine conflict. And he, at the end of it, he said like free Palestine, like from the river to the sea, which is like a specific phrase, like a liberation phrase. And the Israeli lobby, I'm not Jewish lobby, right? I'm Israeli lobby, so don't fucking misquote me. Came after him, right? They came after him. And tried to say like, oh, he was anti-Semitic because he didn't say anything about Israel. He said, I want to free Palestine, right? And they called him anti-Semitic, and they got him fired from CNN. I'm not sure if he also got shit canned from Temple, but yeah, it was a travesty.
Is that statement anti-Semitic? I don't. So it's like I've told people, the only time I do world politics is when I'm on one of your like reverie shows or something. I don't know anything about Jewish people. I like I don't know. So when they were like, "Hey, he was being anti-Semitic," I was like, "What the?"
Well, I think the reason it is specifically. I think when you say from the river to the sea, like I think like before you hit the sea, you hit Israel. Like I think he doesn't believe in the two-state solution.
The stolen land. Yeah, you hit the stolen land.
Well, yeah, I guess it's anti-Israel. I don't know if it's anti.
It's anti-Israel. Is not anti-Jewish, right? It's not anti-Semitic.
True, but people conflate it. Yeah,
they try to.
He doesn't believe in the two-state solution.
The Israeli lobby tries to intimidate people all the time with the anti-Semitic label, right? They'll call literally anyone anti-Semitic. They call Ilhan Omar anti-Semitic for no matter what the fuck comes out of her mouth, right?
Which might get us out of here.
They'll just keep saying that, right? To intimidate people. I will never be fucking intimidated. I'll call it out. Free Palestine every fucking time. But anyway, sorry, that gets me going. Someone else with the talk.
But yeah, so I could have swore there was like a direct connection. I remember when he got hired on, but I guess not. Yeah, I think I think the network itself, like the content they were doing was also like really interesting. Like it seemed like the anchors had a lot of so on the topics they talked about, like it wasn't all flash in the pan, like virtue signaling type of things. Like it seemed like they talked about issues that actually matter for the most part. And I think Gam, I think you're talking about Christian Walker, the gay conservative that owned owned Hassan.
Yeah. He went, Mark Lamont Hill and him argued on Mark Lamont Hill segment. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And Mark Lamont Hill made him look real stupid. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I remember that segment as well. Yeah, that's crazy. Y'all haven't heard of it. Y'all must be young. I mean, it's not like it's an old network, but I just assume young people like at super don't watch TV.
I only heard of it through YouTube.
I'm not young, dude. I'm 31. Like, it's literally
I thought you was 21.
It literally just doesn't exist. Like as far as I'm concerned, literally when he posted it in the chat, that was the first time I ever even seen the name of it.
Oh, that's crazy.
And now that you've mentioned Mark Lamont Hill, I'm like, oh, so that's that content he was producing. It was on a network, and that's so crazy to me. Like that's poor branding. That's on them.
Like I think
if I see Mark Lamont Hill and I didn't know that content was, because I've been following Mark Lamont Hill on Twitter for forever. So my thing is, if I didn't know that was him on that network, there's a problem with that network. They failed.
Yeah. I think Roland Martin is more popular to black people than they were probably. And Roland Martin isn't even popular. Like, I don't think.
I had a conversation with Roland Martin. Cool dude.
Yeah. I just don't think people have the appetite for, like people are so apathetic. Like, what the hell are you going to tell me? Oh, yeah, you're going to help black people. Cool. Bet. We wait. Right? Like what else other engagement politically is there for like we do it because we like to talk about this type of stuff. But for average normie, why the fuck would they get off work and go watch people lie to them and tell them they're gonna try to help change their lives? Like, I think that's how most people are.
It's doing specifically what people say they want. It was doing what people say they want. They wanted to talk about like because it's not like yes, they were talking about black specific things, but they were also talking about like major news and how it impacts black people. Like this bill just passed. Like they did like regular news. It wasn't just like I said, like sporty segments. They were talking real politics, and they were like, and this is what
that's what I'm saying.
The black people, and that's what black people said we wanted, and it sucks.
That's what we said we wanted. That's not what the average person. I don't even think the average
black person. Most black people, bro. Honestly, they tune out of that stuff because of why it makes them feel uncomfortable, and they haven't even educated themselves enough to even follow those topics correctly. Like this is most black people. Most black people don't follow stuff enough to even be in the lead.
Are we going to get elitist?
No, I'm just saying, I know it sounds a bit dismissive, but I'm just saying the mass population in whole, they really just want to like, for the most part, unless it's something that's like right there in their face, like they're gonna just
I don't think that's unique to black people. I think what you're talking about is
that's what I just said. I just said it's across all races. Most people
just
want to have a good time, and they want to try and deal with their life problems.
But like, Tucker Carlson get 100 million eyes a week or something like that.
Who does?
Tucker Carlson. Like in
Tucker
the most viewed.
Tucker Carlson. That's
people hate watching him. Though. I'm a frequent watcher of Tucker Carlson. I hate watching him. Like it's crazy. Like I can't stop it either. They just keep recommending it. I'm like, yo, this nigga is stupid. Like, so he probably has like 90 million hate watchers for sure. Like for sure, without a question.
So I want to try to refocus this. So all right. So this is Black News channel, and many of you haven't heard of it, which is part of the issue, obviously, right? But was it foolish to launch something that was black focused to begin with, right? Because look, there are a lot of news networks that are white or like all white or almost all white, right? Like in their operations, but just in general, the audience members in general will watch them. But when it's black people, or when it's it becomes a black thing, right? Now it's not like the news isn't applicable to other people, right? But other races don't support it. You're not going to have much of an Asian audience supporting a black news channel. You're not going to have much of a go down the list, right? So then you're only relying on black individuals to make up the majority of the audience, right? And the biggest issue, I guess, is that along with this cord cutting, right, the people who have been left behind are older individuals, and older individuals are stuck in their ways, right? So they're not going to be looking for a new news network, right? They got their CNN, right? They got their MSNBC. If they're black, they don't got Fox News, but like they got those two, or the like ABC, NBC. Like my parents like watching ABC, right? They got that. They don't need to look at anything else. So it seems like the people you'll be targeting are younger audiences, and younger audiences are cord cutting. So then your biggest presence has to be on the internet, right? You could have a cable presence, but I think that's an expensive endeavor. So your audience has to be on internet, right? And honestly, like it can't just be on your website. It's got to be on YouTube, right? That's got to be your biggest push. YouTube to get people out. That's where all the young people are. They're watching YouTube. You can even make a Twitch channel, right? To get young people to let them know that you fucking exist. And if you're because otherwise you're relying on older audience, and if you're relying on young people, you're already fucked because young people don't watch the news. Not young black people. Young people don't watch the news like that. So
yeah.
I would
they're trying to go party like. Even in a band, like if I between 18 and 24, I'm trying to go party. Like, where's the bottle?
I was watching the news at that when I was 18. So.
Jesus, fine, damn, God, I'm sorry.
I was really watching CNN and Democracy Now. I was watching that. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
At least you wouldn't watch C-SPAN.
Damn.
That's what I'm really important. Like, she likes C-SPAN.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah,
but. I don't know anything about it, but But I would say it's cool to have these endeavors. But like, this is what's crazy. Even until Bam started talking, I didn't know they had an actual channel. I thought there was just a YouTube thing, and this just was.
I just found their channel too.
Yeah, I didn't know it was an actual channel. Like, of course they went under. I think like
let me go look at this channel.
But it was,
their YouTube channel.
Network.
Yeah, they have
no,
a
not
YouTube
just
channel.
YouTube. There was a real network television. Like
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. I didn't know that until you started talking. I thought we were talking about the YouTube thing, and I'm like, what? They have a fucking channel. But I would say this, Prime. I think you highlighted some really good things, and I think that if you're gonna try to create an endeavor like this, you definitely shouldn't try to go all in the TV. You should try to become big on
route.
Yeah, you got to go YouTube, Twitch, or something. Like they should have did that to not a fucking full blown channel, and like that's crazy. There's no way that works.
Smooth.
For a lot of the reasons you said, unfortunately, but yeah.
Smooth. I wanted to ask you previously, because in your opening statement, you said you can't just come out of the void and do a whole channel. You have to build into it, right? Or build up to it. Could you describe what you meant by that? I wasn't sure.
Okay, so what I mean by that is, so for their television channel, right? They're like, oh, we're going to put us on, let's just say 47, right? For the sake of numbers. 47. That means you got whatever number of channels before and whatever number of channels after. Nobody knows what your channel is about or even is. So that means you have literally that one shot of that random person getting on your channel, right? And what they tune into, and you have to make sure what they're tuning into is entertaining and palatable to them or whatever, right? Of the demographic that's going to be watching TV that doesn't know you. So if you're not palatable to other people and you're not entertaining, they're going to tune out immediately. And that's what I mean by coming out of the void. Like if you had built into this and they started somewhere else, right? They started just YouTube and Twitch first. And then they said, hey guys, we're also launching on TV and we're going to have unique other content on television. Please support us. That would work a lot better than to say, hey, we're just going to launch and we're just going to be on, whatever channel it is. Come watch. Like people have no history with you. They have histories with those people that you have on your channel, but they don't relate to you as an organization. And you have to build in that buy-in as an organization. People haven't bought into the organization. Hell, I didn't even know it existed. I just looked them up on YouTube and I'm like, oh, snaps, I've watched one of their videos before. Like I just looked them up and I was like, oh, I watched Mark Lamont Hill on here. But I didn't think of this channel as a channel that was somebody else's. I thought it was Mark Lamont Hill's channel, honestly. I just watched the video because somebody sent it to me.
Yeah, I think that I think that like the thing is they technically had the financial backing behind them. It just like because I think the owner of the Jacksonville Jaguars was their biggest, and he's a multi-billionaire. He was like their biggest.
Finances don't matter. Finances don't matter. Like,
but I guess like it was if it was losing. But the thing is, the fact that what sucks is it was actually growing. I think they just had one of their biggest viewing. I think they hit like 52 million viewers recently. Mm-hmm. Which sucks that it gets cut at that point. It's not like it was failing because like people weren't tuning in. Apparently, people were tuning in, just not y'all. And me too. I'm not gonna act like I didn't.
Yeah, I would say like their marketing was terrible. I like they didn't even do targeted ads on Facebook. I don't think I block ads everywhere I can, but some of them still get through. I didn't even see them anywhere. I've never seen and like I should be in that target demographic audience that they're paying for. So
do they have a Twitter?
They have apparently, yeah. I'm looking at their. They have a Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
Okay, all right. But I think one of the things too that they lack.
Okay. Oh, they're still going. Actually, he just put another 1.6 million in it. So they're not.
Yeah.
That was from the article that I sent you. Yeah.
Y'all be reading them?
Yeah.
Reading the topics, bro. Yo, we just
Of course we do.
I'm just playing. I legit didn't read this one.
But yeah, I think that like they should use this money, the 1.6 million, to get some sort of backing with some sort of upcoming shows or something like that to have them exclusive on the channel. Obviously, it's not gonna. You would have to obviously like coordinate with like hopefully a black actor or actress or something like that to try and coordinate that and just build up the hype for it. But that's one direction that they should go, because like I like the idea, but it just sounds like you probably hear that they're trying to make it on like regular TV, and everyone's just like, okay, I'm out.
It does seem like what do you do for 24 hours a day? Like even Fox decides that like that's too much news. Like Fox News is like too much news. We need to do something else. But I guess CNN does 24 hours of news. I don't know if there's 24 hours of black people.
So I mean,
that's where you have to have the entertainment part that I was talking about.
As a content creator, look, I know All Black Everything, even though honestly it's our best show, it's like our most entertaining, our most engaging. This is not my highest rated one. A lot of my audience members don't show up for this, right? They'll show up afterwards. So when the open panel comes in, a lot more people will start showing up after this is done. People who might otherwise be here for the reverie, they don't come for this. So shout out to everyone else who actually is here. Shout out to you. But like it's when you're dealing with people of the races, they're like, oh, this is of black people, or even if it's about black stories, then that means it must have nothing to do with me. When I hear news that just involves white people, I'm not like, well, this has nothing to do with me, so I can close my ears and disappear, right? Like, there's not a black person in front of me, so I've lost my attention span. But it happens all the time, the time.
Well, white people, it actually does involve us. Even if there's all white people, it could still affect us.
The same thing for black people. We're part of this fucking country.
Really?
You know one thing that I noticed
about black stuff. You know how many white people know nothing about black people? You don't need to know what black people got going on to be fine in America.
This is one thing that I thought about one day. This was probably like 2 months ago. Mm-hmm. Like a lot of streamers cover panels, and people have even covered Reverie panels. I don't think there's a single white streamer who's been like, "Hey, let me show y'all what happened on the All Black Everything panel." Never happened. Never. It's just never gonna happen. But I thought about that one day, like 2 months ago, and I was like, "That's interesting."
Yeah, I mean, because they don't watch. They don't watch.
And then
we have.
I would say the other part.
What?
I would say the other part of it, why they can't cover it, is because they're afraid of if they get it wrong, what will happen. You know what I'm saying? Like, imagine you're that white dude and you're commenting on black issues and you get it wrong. Like, people are gonna eat you a fucking live.
They comment on all type of shit and get it wrong.
Yeah, but they comment on any LGBT. The cis men will comment on LGBT issues without fear of getting it wrong.
Yeah,
I don't know. Like,
go ahead.
Yes, yo, as you just said it. But when they
say
right?
Yeah.
When we talk about the N-word, everyone tunes in. You got something to say then.
I was gonna say, like, the more dramatic, the more you have drama around a show, because like sometimes when we're talking Black Everything, so like it's good conversation, good guys just getting at it and stuff like that. But I don't know, they need it ratcheted up sometimes, and especially with people who kind of review. At least the reviews that I've seen with panels is they're looking for those moments where it's just the most ratchet.
Oh no, what we did to you is not uncommon. That was
no.
That was a situation that happened a couple of weeks ago where somebody came on trying me, and I won't bring it up.
Now I'm curious. Like, I actually do. Like, I knew about it.
Are you okay?
I'm good.
But yeah, like I knew about it. I've watched segments from it, but I actually want, like, I want to go check what do they do for 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I don't even know.
Before you go down this route, though, like, I want to focus on this thing of like things not being your demographic, not involving you. So, like, I watch. I know no one else does. It's a tiny channel, right? But like, I watch this a thing called Gay USA. It's about gay people in the US. It's pretty self-explanatory.
I don't watch that.
But like, it's on a free speech TV, right? But like, I want to know. I have gay brothers. I have gay brothers and sisters, me in the community, right? But I want to know what's going on with them. Like, it's educational. I learn things when I watch that. Like, okay, this is something that they've went through, either something historical or something topical, right? Like, I learned stuff. Like, I don't understand like why we can't be watching things that even I'm not within that gay demographic, but I can still learn things from that.
I watch things outside of my. I used to love watching Amazon Lily, but so like I watch stuff that's, and it's usually not a lot of black women on Amazon Lily. So I watch things that are outside of demographics.
That's different though. I'm saying that like black people are used to doing that. Again, black people have always we've always been considered the other of society. So like when white people talk about people, and this isn't a shot at white people, this is just what y'all do because it seems natural. I would do the same thing if I was white. When white people say people, they're talking about white people because that's the default of society. And black people, we're the other of society. So we know we need to know what's going on with people. Cause like it affects us without them really considering us. So we need to know what's going on. Like you know how many white I don't know if music's a great route to go because there's plenty of like rap is super popular. But like in general, like you know how many like white pieces of media I know just engaged in, like, oh yeah, I like such and such, I like such and such, and like I know like niche country artists, things like that, like because that's like, okay, I live in society. This is what I know. If I
they listen to our rap now. They listen to our music.
Mostly mainstream though. Mostly like you know what I'm saying. Like if you talk about any black movie from like before 2008, like you get into really like, and I'm talking about even things we consider big. Like if you
Wood.
Yeah, you say The Wood. Don't nobody in the chat know what we talking about. Nobody in the chat know what we talking about right now, and that's. And that's because like it doesn't seem necessary.
Even I don't know what you're talking about.
That's that. You know what that is.
Yeah, I know what that is.
Yeah. But no, the Wood is a great movie. Actually, it's a great coming age for any race.
Stop. Let's focus.
No, why? Focus.
No. He's talking about like. Yeah, we have to pay attention to more media because that other media could affect us. And I don't think most white people are thinking, and like, I'm not saying this in a malicious way. I don't think they're being malicious, but they're like, what the fuck is this going to have to do with me? Like when we watch some white media, we think that could be effects from just because they might not think about us when the fuck they do whatever the fuck is happening. But I don't think white people like, these black people are going to say something impactful in my life. I don't think so.
And it's a shame. Like, and I don't mean to specifically call out white people for this one. Like people of other races do the same thing to other races. And I think it's a weird thing. I think there's plenty. Like I would like watch if it was an Asian news network, right? I'd take a look at that. Their topics could be super interesting. I could learn something. So like there's this channel on YouTube, Al Jazeera Plus, right? And it's like it's what Black News Channel should have done. It's focused on young people, right, and reaching them like through YouTube mainly. And it has like a wide variety of topics, and a lot of times they talk about like things that are going on in the African continent, and it's extremely informative, right? Like it covers all kinds of things that you don't see anywhere else, and I love it, right? And it's actually quite popular. But so I think there is an audience. There's an audience for people who like are talking about diverse topics that like for countries they don't even fucking live in, right? I think there's an audience for that, but still it's hard. So Al Jazeera, like you've heard of Al Jazeera, I think all of you have, right? Al Jazeera. No, really?
I haven't either.
Bro, what?
Are you serious? Okay, so Al Jazeera.
Al Jazeera. I think it has a GH.
In the South.
No, it doesn't matter. I live in the South. The fuck? It's an international organization. I live in the South. I guess.
I've heard that name somewhere.
Over the South. Okay. Fuck?
It's a news channel.
Yeah, it's a big news network. In fact, it got infamous because people said like Al Jazeera was like funded. Like Fox News or something tried to like make Al Jazeera like funded by terrorists or some shit a few years back.
Yeah, they tried it.
Yeah, they tried that shit. But it's like it's I think based out of Qatar, and it's an international news network. So anyway, they So I bring them up.
Love Qatar, by the way.
They launched an Al Jazeera English channel, right? Now they already have like English network stuff, but they launched it on cable, Al Jazeera English on cable, and I was actually really excited about this. It was a great channel. Like the topics they cover, the people they had on, it was more progressive than anything you see on CNN or MSNBC.
Why are you talking in past tense?
Because it's gone. Yeah, like Al Jazeera itself, the whole network is still there. Just their cable news channel that they launched, right? That one, which was really, really good. And I like the documentaries were hard hitting. It was great. But yeah, it's gone now. So that wasn't a black focused thing. So I'm wondering if going back to my the previous thing that I said about launching, right? That like cable news is like already saturated. Like most of the people who watch cable news are watching Fox News, right? And then the rest are switched between CNN and MSNBC. And then there's some upstarts, but they're right-wing ones. So the right-wing media is a little bit different from everything else, right? Because their audience is a bit more contained. But still, like finding audience members that will split off, right, from mainstream news into Al Jazeera English, that was very difficult for them. So it makes me think that Black News Channel, like, they were fucked from the beginning. The moment they decided to go on cable and not like laser focus on YouTube or Twitch, right, where there's a younger audience that has traveled there, right, that's willing to like learn new things. There's because people are aging into watching news, right? Like they may start off not caring about this stuff, but eventually some shit happens and they're like, oh, I gotta care about this stuff, right? So they age into it. So that's where we gotta be. So I think maybe and Al Jazeera has been making great strides within YouTube. That's where their main focus is. That's their main penetration into America. So I'm thinking the Black News Channel also failed in that way. Does that make sense?
And I think I think that's true. And it's also like whenever if you make a route to, if you were more engaged in the media side of things, like I think I think you could hit closer to home. Like someone like Prime, like even though like you're doing this Twitch thing, like someone who's trying to reach the youth based on reach the black viewers, like somebody should reach out to Prime. Prime, hey, come on, we want to do an interview. Like, and because he's one of the larger people in this black media that we do, and or like anybody here, like Gambit. I think all of y'all are like really intelligent, and I feel like there has to be some. Like there is a wave of like generation of like, oh, okay, this is what black politics looks like now for a younger generation, and y'all are the types of people that need to be like part of these conversations, like with your influencers, whether you know it or not.
So yeah, that's why I think is a tragedy of it. So we can expand it past this particular channel, which none of you guys, most of you guys didn't even know existed, right? I mean, you saw the video, you didn't even know there was a thing. But that's okay. But we're talking about black businesses in general failing. Like, do you think it's true that the community tends not to support, not in the way that other minority communities support their own businesses?
I don't think that black people are. It's what's tough is I don't believe that black people are in a financial position to always be able to support black businesses in the way they need to be, just because of the economy of scale. Like black businesses, or any startup business isn't going to be able to afford to be as like price wise be as cheap as like big name brand sort of things can do things, or if they're more expensive, at least like there is some societal, you know what you're paying for when you buy, I don't know, Ralph Lauren, Tommy Hilfiger, whatever, you know, insert name brand here. Like there is some like social credit you get from paying that thing. So paying similar prices for a black startup is hard to do, and is a tough call for people to make in a lot of ways. When it comes to that type of thing.
This is like the biggest thing that upset me about black people, because like when I look at my other friends of like minority groups, they understand that you don't have a choice. And, you know, it's unfortunate to say, hey, yeah, you just need to go pay for this thing that's, you know, overpriced somewhat. But if we want to be more of a staple in this culture, then somebody has to sacrifice so that other people can come up. So I've always been a fan of yo, if it's black, I'm trying to buy it. I'm trying to find a way where I can help them because that's the only way we get out of the situation that we're in. Like, I don't think help is gonna come from above. So, like, if it's money that I gotta lose to support, then it's just a part of the way it has to happen. That's how it is to me, at least.
What?
I was gonna say, like, one of the, like, what with regard to businesses, kind of like I have like a few friends who have started a few businesses, and they kind of like, they start, like, one of them started like a photography business where he was just like, he takes photos and stuff like that, but it's just like the money goes to him. It's his own business. And one of the struggles that he always found is that even when he was like reaching out to his friends like he'd let his friends know, hey, listen, like, hey, I'm looking to build this business and everything. And like, oh yeah, we're friends, but you got me on the first one, right? Like
Exactly.
and it's just there's just like and I mean, I've only been in the States for about 15 years, so I maybe I can't speak on it too well, but like there's just it seems to me there's just like a lack of like belief in each other. Like there's so there's like one little thing missing where it's like you have to become a collective somehow. And understand, like, you raising up your black brother in this venture or this other venture here and there, whether you agree or disagree with him on whatever, it's in the long run it's going to build up, but not a lot of people think that way. I don't, and it's just not a lot of people. There's not enough people who think
a lot
that
of
way.
people. Oh no, I thought you were done. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, just also like real quick too, and I think this is where I think like Africans can sort of, like, Africans just need to get rid of that whatever, because once they get rid of that, because I speak to Africans and Africans have a lot of like businesses that they want to start and they want to venture out of Africa and spread it towards other countries. And then you hear other people trying to start businesses in America, and these two should be connecting. But there's like a vision here that's just not being seen, and I don't know. Like, personally, in my personal life, I see it, and it's I'm trying to bridge it, but it's not something that I don't see collectively overall. It's kind of sad.
So I would say to that, like, part of it is everybody, for the most part, everybody wants to like lead their own like thing, like, you know what I'm saying? Everybody wants to be the owner because our culture has made it to where we look down upon somebody that's part of something else. You know what I'm saying? Well, you're not the head of that thing. It's really just whoever it is. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and they look down on you instead of looking at the fact that everybody, when they came together, everybody's eating. Like, my prime example of that I like to use is RDC World, right? Them cats is cold together. Like, they make great content together. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of people don't respect some of the other members. You can kind of see it sometimes in some comments or whatever. You'll see some weird stuff. And I'm just like, bro, like, these literally are cats that came together, they work together, and yeah, Mark is the face of the channel, but they literally just do all this stuff together and it works and everybody's getting paid. You know what I'm saying? Like, when they go home at night, you can say whatever you want to about them. Everybody's eating, everybody's doing good. And the problem is that if it was just like most black people, that's a rare thing. What RDC World has, that's a rare thing. Because everybody wants to be the head of their own organization or business or whatever.
Yeah. And I think part of that came from a really dumb individual by the name of Dame Dash. And Dame Dash has some stuff that I like, for sure. But he particularly goes on these rants where he says, if you're not the owner of whatever you're doing, you're tantamount to a slave. And I think that mentality, like, I don't think it was started by him, just to be clear, but he's a big, like he's like a big person that speaks that way now, and it's like that's hurting us too. And it's everything that you just said. Like people are like, yo, I don't want to help. Like I'm gonna build my own and blah blah blah. And it's like, yo, somebody has to be a part of something for you to build it. Like we aren't gonna be everybody has their own LLC doing contracts and 1099s with each other. Like that doesn't even make sense. So I feel like there's a big push for entrepreneurship, and I like it. But I think when it's pushed as the other positions, if you aren't the lead entrepreneur, that means you're a slave. I think that's the part of it that's bad. So I have no problem saying, hey, Black people, go be in leadership. And I think that's important, especially in industries that we like frequent or that we're the primary purchasers. But when it's spoken in spite of everyday Americans that are working, that's when it gets a little weird to me. And I think that mentality and not helping each other and that type of stuff it's not started from that, but it's fueled by it.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that.
Yeah.
Is this something that, and this might sound dumb, but work with me here. Is this something that we can blame on slavery? The fact that Black people don't.
I'm sorry, I'm joking.
Right? Okay, so like some people might have a reaction to that, but like hear me out. During slavery here in the States, like part of the practice was to break up communities. So you like round up a group of individuals from villages in on West Africa, right? Then you sail them across, and then you sell them off, right? So like they weren't like sold in groups, so you just pick which one you want, you take them off, right? And then from there, like you have these plantations, and they broke up families there, right? So like they're family units, and they constantly were selling people off. People were being moved all across the South, right? So any sense of community was constantly being destroyed. And it worked for them because they don't want rebellions, right? They want people to trust each other and then rebel. So like, is this something that has reverberated across time here, that like we've never completely recovered for that? Like we had actually a moment where we did support Black businesses, right? And that's when we didn't have a choice. When we couldn't shop at white businesses, then we were forced to. But it wasn't so much that we were building off of each other. We were simply excluded from white areas. So do you think that this is something that's just been a holdover? And this is why, like, unlike in Asian communities who they come from the same region, they like gather in one area, they have a common language, common history, right? And then they support one another and build wealth that way. Do you think that's why we just haven't been able to accomplish that?
Yeah, parts of it for sure. No, go ahead, Sly.
I was gonna say that there's a little bit of like a capitalist mentality too, because like there's this sense that certain like Black people who sort of like make it to certain places kind of like stick to their own class, with like economic status, and there isn't any sort of like looking back or kind of like turning back to the community. Or if you do turn back to the community, you're only getting you're only picking and choosing, but it's not like a collective. And then those who try like a collective way of kind of like building up and making, because I'm in Chicago, and they try to like they've tried to work on like impoverished areas like Inglewood, and people have done a lot of good work in trying to make it better, but this kind of like once they make it better, then there's like a certain like backtrack in that where the systematic racism starts happening. Then when the systematic racism starts happening, you start having more cops showing up in that neighborhood. More cops equals to just like more cops equals to just like more crime reported, and then it backslides. And then the person who's invested millions of dollars into a specific city and has given their all just sees all that money just go away because of something that they did not create. Those people did not make that possible. Like it was just something that was already in the system that was sort of like bringing it down, which makes it very difficult, I think, in that sense. So I do see that. Oh God, I'm losing my train of thought. But like I do see that there is something important where we can find a way to make this happen. It's just that people who do end up making it need to work as a collective, not individual projects from across I would even say across the world. Because like at this point, when we were talking about movies earlier, when I look at like Idris Elba, I'm like critical because listen, Idris, yeah, you are getting those roles, but like, are you advocating what things are you advocating for that person whose role you took from, who might be another black brother? Are you doing your best to get that person in a position where they can eventually take your place? Like, is that coordination happening? Is it trickling down into the community as well? I think people who are making it are being successful. Need to trickle down and find a way to trickle down their success. The history that I've seen from African Americans that I've read, that I've seen, it just seems like it started to happen in the 70s, and yet again, somehow systematically, someone's getting killed here, someone's getting arrested here randomly, getting picked up, like leaders in the community are slowly they're disappearing somehow. When every single time it starts, there's always something with that.
I'm a little confused, honestly. I
don't know. So essentially, I'm just saying that, like, as we're like my thought process with that. I'm sorry, I just like completely rambled, but like I kind of went on a train of thought. But like essentially, my point is just like, there isn't any trickling down into the community to build it up, and there needs to be. And I don't think we see that.
I feel like go ahead, you go first.
I feel like people do those things. I feel like those things aren't highlighted when they happen because we don't have black media. So the murder that you're talking about that's going to happen on the block, that's going to take money out of that neighborhood, that's going to get covered. But the good stuff that's happening in the neighborhood, that's not going to get covered. So I think it's a matter of us also not controlling our media landscape. And that's why you don't know those things. And then the people who do make it, who are loud and supportive, Prime doesn't support Kanye. So then you have issues like that. So like...
Wait, he doesn't support Kanye? Why?
It's wild, bro. It's wild.
But
yeah, exactly.
But he does a lot of good causes for the community.
He does so much.
He also is a MAGA chud. The fuck? He's also lost his goddamn mind. Yeah, fuck Kanye.
Yeah. But see, this is so. What happens is white media tells black people, "Hey, that guy that richest black man of all time, no, that nigga's stupid. Like, don't." And then we fall into it, and then we demonize the people, and then eventually they leave the black community because like everybody thinks some devil fuck them.
The black community.
So listen,
by not supporting it financially.
It's not even so. Listen, the vast majority of his fans, the vast majority of people that support him, not black. Okay, if you look at Sunday service over the last,
that's any big figure. We don't live in a black country.
The people that are buying his clothes, when you look at the price point, it's not even going to be black people. That's just off rip. This is off rip.
Yeah,
just for him.
That's because we live in America,
and that's how he became the richest black person by not just targeting a niche or whatever. But to be on topic, right? To be on topic, like there are black people that give back, but I think the ways that we do give back are kind of like robotic in our case. Like everybody's like, oh, I'm going to give back. I'm going to give away like, what is it? I'm going to give away free gas. Oh, I'm going to give away backpacks at the school, or I'm going to do this one thing or whatever, when what we actually need is like the people that have the greatest ideas and the good plans. If those celebrities, instead of trying to get credit, would actually just find the people that have the good ideas and just fund them. Like the people that have the really great ideas don't ever get funding. Like even or awareness, like even like this network, right? That the original topic was about. Like it seemed like they had a really good idea, And it seemed like if some celebrities actually got behind them and actually said, hey, this thing is over here, y'all should go check that out, just to give them a push to give into the mainstream to where people would actually hear about them. You know what I'm saying? But you didn't see any of that. You know what I'm saying? It popped up, it exists. People on that network that have those connections, but none of those connections ever went, you know what, let me make sure this thrives. No, what we do is people go, oh, well, we got to make sure Tidal thrives. You know what I'm saying? But Tidal, it wasn't even really Black owned. Like, it was another thing that got rebranded. And Jay-Z, yeah, he was a big part of it. But like, when you go look, look at the picture,
it was majority Black
owned. Their team and where they're from, it was all white people. It was just straight up all white people.
Wait, let's not mix the owners with the workers. I think for a significant portion of time.
So listen, it's not even that. Look, so he was a part owner. That organization.
We don't have to argue. We don't have to argue about Tidal. It's cool. No, I get your wider point. I don't want to go down into a rabbit hole on Tidal.
Okay, cool, great. So what are you talking about
now? No, I'm just listening to you. Go.
Oh, well, now I've stopped.
My bad. No, your bigger point. No, go ahead, Prime.
No, you go first, and then I'll go.
Oh, your bigger point was around us supporting, and I couldn't agree with you more. We definitely should give shout outs. But your thing around funding people, what I will say in situations that I've been in, it's typically hard to find people in disadvantaged communities that you can just invest in. Usually, like, everybody has so much going on, and they got like, some people have like multiple jobs, so they might have good ideas, but they don't have the like time themselves to be able to do it. And then unfortunately, like, to make it in America, a lot of Black people have to move away from their disadvantaged neighborhood because there's no opportunity there. So they got to move somewhere else. Mm-hmm. And then they get opportunity. But then it's hard to find people back where you from that's motivated and have the time, because those two things are like important and they're really hard to find. But motivated and have the time, don't have multiple jobs and stuff that can actually take something and grow it. So that's the problem that I see in a lot of disadvantaged communities too. Now, when you somebody as rich as like Jay-Z and whatever, you got enough money to throw around where like maybe you can help take them away from their job and you can put their energy towards this thing. So I agree with you on that. Now, I don't know if they do that in the communities where they're from, but I agree with you that we got to give shout outs and we got to like try to do more.
For me, it transcends where you're from, because if you only look at the area where you're from, that's how we get in the.
But that's just what people are most emotionally connected to.
I mean, that's true, but I don't even look at it like that. It's like, okay, where do you find somebody that you can help, and you see somebody doing good? Support that Black person that's doing that over there. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of where they're from. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because obviously Black News Network didn't start in Arkansas, where I'm from. You know what I'm saying? But if I had known about it, I would have at least tuned in. But I didn't even know about it. You know what I'm saying? And that's where my gripe comes with them at least spreading awareness. I'm okay if they didn't give them a dime, but they could at least, like, even something as simple as a damn retweet. Like, but I look for them I look for BNC News on Twitter, and I didn't even find they had an account. I'm just like, that was verified. So I'm like, dang, y'all don't even have a verified account. That's tough.
Why did they go with BNN? BNN would have been. It was just such a better name.
They definitely should have gone.
They should have went with BBC. We need to reclaim that. Boy. Fucking British News. The fuck they should have did.
Yeah, I mean, people would have typed that in.
They should have done
something. They would have found
It's crazy that BBC is taken by like British fucking, like, what is this?
It's unbelievable.
That's appropriation.
It's appropriation. No, it's wide appropriation.
Can we sue? Can we sue BBC for that?
Let's.
We should.
So I think Smooth had something there when he talked about like the lack of support for news for ventures on our side, right? Oh, thank you, B. Dander, for the kind 1,000 bits. Thank you for all the New Prime. You are a true hero. I'm not sure if I'm a true hero, but thank you for the 1,000 bits. Awfully kind of you. Thank you. So like. And leftist spaces, this is a thing that's known, right? It's hard to get funding in general, right? So for things that are on the left, we don't have, like, a bunch of billionaires on our side that are like pushing an agenda.
We do.
They do on the right. We definitely
Which is
don't.
not all LBGT.
It's how we define left. There's different
boy.
definitions of
Oh my
left.
God.
Yeah,
But
the left is
the left
owned
is
by
not-
billionaires.
what? Not the case. Oh my
Mark
God.
Zuckerberg?
What? Mark Zuckerberg's not on the fuck. Okay, all right. That's
Exactly what I'm saying. Prime using a different word for left.
I mean,
Yeah.
what about Bloomberg?
We're gonna have to deal with that. Yeah, Bloomberg? Are you serious?
Prime.
Okay.
Prime. The culture wars won. What are you talking about?
You guys are. Oh my God, you're raising my blood pressure right now. Like it's happening, right? This is like you're turning the knob.
Prime.
So
You think?
No, hold on. Let me get my point out, and then we can respond,
Okay,
right? With
ahead.
your dumbass takes. And leftist spaces, right? You don't have people who are sending tons of funding to leftists just to get a message out, right? Like how did Candace Owens all of a sudden make a ton of money, right? She got it because she started spouting conservative BS that like appealed to some billionaire, and they paid her, right? Like there's a for conservative media, right? Online, like there are backers, right? Very well money backers who know that like Ben Shapiro, who Crowder, like the whole crew, those individuals are doing them a service. They're doing them a service by like getting their message out for them to a younger audience. It works them, so they get paid. These people get paid. Like what's the other one? He used to work for TYT, gay individual. I'm blanking on his name now. But someone in chat who's not going to talk about. But this guy.
You said he's gay. He probably has funding.
Oh my God.
I just said the truth, man.
Someone in chat will know who I'm talking about. But like, this guy came out of nowhere. He left TYT for like random differences. But then all of a sudden he became a right winger. He decided he was gonna become a full right winger. He got like a show that came out of nowhere, like with maximum studio production quality. Right? He got Dave Rubin. Thank you, Dave.
Oh,
Rubin.
you talking about the white guy?
Oh,
I thought you.
He's not on the right. Dave Rubin is on the left.
God, so, like you're doing this on purpose.
No, he's not on the right. He's definitely not.
We'll do this later. We'll do that later, right? Dave Rubin. Like got maximum studio quality. Like the funding for that, as you know, as a person who's a content creator, like that level of funding of quality doesn't come from nowhere. It costs money to do that. And where did that come from? It came from the same people. Always comes from a group of individuals like the Koch brothers, like other right-wing billionaires who pay money for this. There isn't an equivalent on the left. Is the point that I'm getting to. There is no equivalent. Instead. Like Smooth was saying, right? People want credit. Mm-hmm. So you had that one guy. Remember that presidential candidate, the last go around, Tom Steyer, right? He's like nominally on the left. He's not a leftist, but like he's nominally on the left. And he wasted, was it like $5 million on his presidential campaign? What if instead, like aggrandizing himself, going for that run? What if he had dumped that into like Democratic races to help? Like, you know, increase our margins and to Senate races, right? He could have made a big difference, right? Maybe we'd have 51 or 52 senators if he had done that. But instead, he wanted to put himself on the front of the the front of the campaign, right? He wanted to self-aggrandize, so we don't get that kind of support. So just in leftist spaces in general, I think if you narrow it down to like black spaces, it's the same.
Wait, but that's a good thing, right? Because if we had 52 Democratic senators, who knows what legislation?
Oh my gosh.
No, I legit I think that I don't know, like, again, about your definition of the left. I think that like we think that we're upset at the establishment for being established. And I think that's a game of time. Like I don't think that there's anything. Well, I'm getting to it. It's a starting point. We walk down from here. So like a lot of people get upset with establishment for being establishment. So when we say like, oh, leftists don't have the level of funding. While that's true, I think that's only going to be true for the next few years. I think that there's absolutely
conservatives ain't going nowhere.
People not supporting leftist ideas. Yeah. Now the left, yes, not leftist. No.
Yeah,
Prime has no hope. Prime has no hope in the world becoming co-ops. No, it's not happening.
But TFC was correct. TFC was correct here, right? Which is fucking fortunate, but like he is correct. No, because leftists are all about like the progressive agenda is about tearing down capitalism, right? And not like wholly, like I want to, still undermining capitalist institutions.
Yes, but we're
learning that it's just not going to happen.
Yeah, we're definitely not supporting that.
But I'm saying we're learning that people feel the exact opposite when it comes to them. we're learning with time. As I've leftists get a little bit of money, the bar continues to raise. So yes, there will be a leftist billionaire that believes like capitalism should be dismantled.
No.
Hold on.
Bam. What really happens is leftists, left-leaning people, they get money and all of a sudden they become conservative. Like they're
I'm not talking about
my money. No. It literally.
Dave Rubin is not a conservative. Y'all thought
and they become very selfish.
But I'm saying that we're using the we live in it's going to be the we live in a society meme, like in real life though. Like they're going to say that like yes, capitalism. There's going to be people who believe that capitalism is bad, but that have absolutely thrived under it. That'll fund your local politicians. I promise you. Give it.
No, but hold on.
Isn't Hassan leftist?
Hassan is a capitalist. Hassan is a champagne socialist. But no. But hold on.
Don't fight me on this. Don't bring it up.
Hassan is.
No, he's going to say
No, I'm not. No. I didn't forget now.
That's probably for the best.
What was I about to say? Because I might was.
Can I say something about Black business?
You're talking about Dave Rubin, and this is no reason to.
No, I didn't want to talk about that. Dave Rubin is clearly not right. Joe Rogan is not right. Sam Harris is not right.
No.
These people aren't right.
Hold on. Dave Rubin, look at his list. Go to his channel. Well, not now, like, stay here, right? But, like, if you go down his list, right, of videos, it's all videos against the left, talking about how the left
because the left is becoming...
And then the only guests he brings on are right-wing guests, right? He brings on Tucker Carlson. He brings on Ben Shapiro. He brings on...
it's because the left has gone...
To be fair, the left...
Yeah. Hold on. Yeah, this is what I was going to say. On social issues, the left wins. On economic issues, the left is fucking insane.
No.
So, like, if you're a leftist person that's talking about LBGT and I shall overcome and stuff, like you'll get a lot of funding. But if you go say, hey, I want to turn every business into co-ops,
I mean, the Black News Channel got funding.
Prime is like, no, you won't. I tried it.
Yeah, but you don't just get a lot of funding for talking about LGBTQ issues. That's not a thing.
No, that issue or any other social issue, yes, for sure. Yeah, without a question. That's how you get big on the left right now. You have to be a mouthpiece that just says virtue signaling stuff all day and make people feel good. And then you'll buy your Black Lives Matter mansion, and then you won't care about anything that you prescribe to care about. Like that's what happens.
But you just have to do it from like a marketable perspective. Like the only reason that like Twitch hasn't had like people that Twitch has rich people, but the only reason the left generally isn't like more profitable than it is now is because it comes from people who are generally seen as by society as like disgusting. ALC is gonna be filthy rich. Like one day, like politically, she's gonna be politically super strong, but she's also gonna be filthy rich because she's very palatable.
Why would she be filthy rich?
I'm saying because she's very palatable.
Yeah, but why would that? How does that equal filthy rich?
I'm saying that the level of investment people are going to want to put into her is going to be insane. Everybody's going to give her money.
I don't think you know how this works.
Probably her trying to run or something.
The reason why no, that's not how that works, because that's campaign funds. You can't use that for yourself. You can.
Well, yes, but I'm saying I'm not talking about. I'm not just talking.
There's a lot of politicians in jail. They do that, man.
Yeah, there are a lot of rich ones, and I'll tell you why. But like, that's not what Bam is saying. That AOC specifically will be rich, and I'm going to tell you why his point is wrong. But Bam, you can finish your point.
No, because she does the leftist financial stuff, so she's over. It's over.
No, she's gonna be super rich.
No, Nancy Pelosi is incredibly wealthy. Nancy Pelosi is incredibly corrupt. Nancy Pelosi uses her connections to advance her her financial well-being.
Stock-
Nancy Pelosi, like the stock market. Yeah, there's that stock market Congress stock market act. There's I forget what it's called, right? But like
Yeah.
it's supposed to basically you aren't supposed to use your connections within Congress to enrich yourself, right? But they do all the time, right? And they have very weak laws to try to regulate that. And Nancy Pelosi, they like just a few months ago, they confronted her with this, right? Like, shouldn't we strengthen this? Don't we want, because someone else, a congressperson, put out a stronger bill, right? A really tough bill saying like you can't like have holdings in like on companies that are like that you are regulating, right? If you're on a committee that's regulating these companies, you can't have stock holdings in them, right? And Nancy Pelosi's like, I don't think that's something we need. No, I think we're pretty good as we are now because that's how she got fucking rich. AOC doesn't operate that way. Like Jisha Gamp was saying,
I'm saying that
way. So she'll know she won't be a rich fucking corrupt piece of shit like Nancy Pelosi.
We'll see it in a decade. We'll just see what happens.
No chance. She might not even be in office.
The fact
she might not be in office in a decade.
Again, this is what we're saying. Like Nancy Pelosi is rich, sure because of the thing, but also because he's part of the establishment. And the left will get an establishment, and they'll decide, they'll know that for that they need financial backing, and they'll like kind of like Nina Turner. Nina Turner like way outspent Chantel Brown, but
how does she do it?
It doesn't matter.
How does she do it? It'll like small donors. That's how AOC and the leftists.
Sure. Then AOC will go on Twitch once a month and they'll give her $10 million. I'm not saying how. I'm saying she's going to be filthy rich.
Can I talk about black businesses? Because like you don't know how this works. You're just like there's rich politicians, and so she'll be rich too. But like they get rich through corruption. They get rich, or they're already rich when they come in, right? So they're like a rich businessman, like fucking what's his face? That piece of shit from West Virginia. I
can't think of it either.
Oh my god. I can't remember anyone's fucking name, but yeah, that piece, Joe Manchin, piece of shit, Joe Manchin, from West Virginia.
I don't think he heard you.
Joe Manchin. That's what I said.
Yeah.
But, I wanted to talk about black businesses. I felt it was getting away. That was just like a bigger thing. And this is completely going another direction. I just think that there is some. I think that for black businesses to succeed at higher rates, I think we have to stop. Well, not we. I think that there are some black people who make great businesses, and there are some black people who slap something together and try to make it like decide that black people have like a moral what's the word?
Because we should.
Yeah, to purchase their products. Like I feel like that's just trying to eat off of the black community. Like a good black business should be a good business that sells to anybody. If anything, you should want most of your customers to be from other communities. You want their money, if we're being completely honest. But black people should also be able to go in and support black people doing well.
Yeah, I hate the whole. Oh no, go ahead.
But Asian businesses, right? They focus go to your local Chinatown, right? They have Asian businesses focus on Asian individuals. And building that up in their neighborhoods, right? And they have built an incredible model of and I'm not trying to shame or anything, good work to those communities that managed to strengthen themselves, but they didn't come rich, right? A lot of those Chinese immigrants, right? They came poor to this country, and they built themselves up the slow way. They were hated. They were hated by the wider white society. They couldn't stand them. They had the Chinese Exclusion Act. They hated them so much.
But Korea got into the hair business. There's so many different. Most Chinese restaurants aren't catered towards Chinese people.
And how does that work? But do you know how that works? It's Korean individuals who help other Koreans start those businesses. They support you. You come here, they support you in getting your business started, teaching you the ropes, and then they actively fund you. They have these collectives that do that. So,
sure, but I wasn't talking about funding. That's a different thing than what I'm saying. I'm saying
part of it. How's that not part of it? That's not part of starting a business.
Because that's not their target base for the sales. Isn't intra.
Fine, but it doesn't navigate. It doesn't invalidate my first point, which talked about Chinatown in general, right? Which absolutely is what I was talking about. But still,
sure, but that's not what I was talking about. You're addressing something completely different.
Oh my god. But I'm saying that the whole point is not where the funding comes from. The whole point is not where the money comes from. The whole point is the support. Who is supporting you?
That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying it's not that.
It is that. It is that.
No,
bro,
I'm saying no. I'm saying this is what I'm talking about. I'm not saying people shouldn't support. This is just isn't the conversation.
No. We're saying that you're placing the priority on something that it shouldn't be on. Like when black people say, "Oh, this black
businesses," and they say like, "Oh, we're not trying to sell to other people. This business is we're just want other Asian people to be our only buyers."
Chinatown, you can go down Chinatown, be black, and they've sold to you. Like the fuck?
Exactly.
Said that.
Hold on. So listen.
Well, no black business does that. I don't feel like
they do. That's a real thing.
Feel like
for us, by us. Like it's only for us.
Bam.
No. He even did an interview about that. It wasn't meant in that way. He did an interview with Shannon Sharp. You should go listen to it.
I know it. I'm not.
To get those businesses started where black people can even attract other segments of the population, the black people have to give it a leg to stand on first.
No, that's what I'm saying. I disagree.
No, because we're the ones that are going to know about it. If it's a black
marketing is such a big part of business. Your target audience, you can't shift your target
audience. If you got a store in the black community, you're not.
However, when that Asian business started, guess who first went there? Asian people. When a Hispanic restaurant starts, guess who goes there? Hispanic people. They do it all the time.
No, Bam, you want to?
Why do you think Mexican?
Bam, hold on, Bam. Listen.
In California, you will see one Asian store pop up, right? And it'll start right there. And then they'll turn around and they'll buy out the space right next to it, and they'll start another one and another one. And how they do that? Through supporting each other. And that's how you get their whole area
I feel like
in LA, because they just support each other. They started off supporting each other. Now other people come in there and buy stuff. But they started They started off with the people next to them. If you can't sell your goods to your neighbor, guess what? Your shit's probably not good. It is not gonna work.
Yeah, Bam, you're part of the problem, bro. And I know you want to, like, the situation is hard, so you want to hope that there's other people that are gonna come in and help, and you don't have to, but you do. You have a more obligation.
No, I'm not talking about myself. I
am though.
I'm saying that your business will fail.
No. Understand that I know what you're saying. I'm saying that you're wrong. You don't have to keep explaining to me what you're saying. I understand everything that you're saying, and that type of thought process is why we are still where we are today.
No, we do exactly.
You think somebody? You think? No. Nobody is saying prioritize black customers.
That's what we do.
No, we don't. No, we don't. That's stupid. No, we don't. No. Listen, you can't build a fucking store in the hood and think that there's going to be 1 billion white regular recurring customers to come there and give them business. No, it's got to be your black ass. It's got to be your black ass.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying that people start, like, we're imagining some hypothetical reality. Is not how it happens. Again, if you look at, wait a minute, just let me finish what I'm saying. Whenever an authentic, if you go by whatever local white college near you, there's probably a local Chinese or Hispanic restaurant nearby that's owned and operated by people of those communities. When they opened it up next to those white universities, they weren't trying to build within. They knew their customer base. They said, we want to do Taco Tuesday, and we want these white people to come in and buy our products, because it seems like they have the finances to do so. And they set themselves up as just a good business from the beginning. They didn't say this is something that only this is like,
nobody does that. Bam, stop this.
People do that. Yes,
Bam, this is so stupid. Stop doing this, bro. Listen.
But listen, I'm going to give you a prime example. This really happened. Next to a university, there's a black business that started in North Little Rock, Arkansas. It came to Conway, Arkansas, and sprouted up right next to the university. To get started, they marketed to the black people. Why? Because those were the people that originally ate that food when in North Little Rock. So to get people interested in talking and seeing the food around in the bags and people eating it, they went to black people that naturally eat that food. You would not go to non-vegans and start advertising vegan food. That makes no fucking sense.
But that's not the same thing. But I'm saying that's actually your target. But you're saying wait. This is what you're saying. You're saying that you have a target audience, and so now it has to be one or the other. I'm saying that black business specifically having a
target audience and being exclusive are different. They're not the same.
Already your customer. I'm talking about the baseline. If you already know you're serving vegan shit, you don't go to non-vegans and go, yo, I got this non-vegan food for you. No, you get your vegans on board so your business can stay open so somebody that's non-vegan can actually go try your shit.
Yeah, but
this is what I'm saying. You're saying the opposite of what you said before.
No, we're not. No, we're not. I don't know why. Yeah. Hold on, wait. I'm trying to help Bam. Hold on, let me help him because he keeps saying this stupid shit. Bam. Just because you have a target audience doesn't mean you're exclusive. So what he's saying is, hey, if you have a vegan shop, advertise it amongst the vegans first. The hope is that you get them, and then you can try to start to advertise to non-vegans once you get money and funding and backing and blah, blah, blah. That's what he's saying. And you keep thinking we're saying, oh, no, only give it to black people. Nobody does that. I've not walked into a single business in my entire life that's like, we don't want white people here. It don't exist. This is some fabricated shit that you're making up. But also, the other thing that you're missing is the reason why we're even having this topic. White people sometimes don't care about black people's shit. Like, that's why you don't understand the obligations. We're talking about why the fuck did this thing fail and how white people don't look at other black things and shit like that. They also don't go to the fucking restaurants that's black owned. So your black ass has a moral obligation to help out your black brother or sister.
But why I'm saying that what you're saying is a lie is, but that there's an entire culture of shaming. There's an entire culture of shaming people who feel like they cater towards white people. Let me finish my statement. You tell me I'm lying. Tell me if I'm wrong. There's an entire culture that gets upset, like, oh my goodness, Travis Scott's a sellout because when you go to his concerts, it don't be no black people there, it be all white audiences. Travis Scott is a business selling to who's willing to buy. And these are people that don't understand large numbers. These are stupid people. There's not a lot of people that think that. Most people understand, the country is like 60% white. More than likely, if I go to this concert, there's going to be a ton of white people. Most people aren't these idiots that think they should go to a Kanye concert and only see black people. Those are a minority of very stupid people, and you shouldn't let them form your ideas.
They are really a minority. Fam, so listen. I'm going to give you another example. So have you heard of Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles, right?
Yeah.
It started in the hood. Niggas was eating it. Celebrity black people were eating it. And then white people started to go, oh, I'm going to go check out what that person ate too. So they would sneak over to the hood and be like, hey, can I try some of that chicken and waffles? And they tried it, and then they were able to expand. But they started off getting their audience right. They had black people lined up for miles, like getting chicken and waffles, and then they expanded and grew from there. They started with who actually ate that food. And if you have any type of business, you market to your target, you market to the people that will definitely buy first. You don't go out there and put in your thing, like, if you're selling power tools, you don't put women as your primary marketing thing. Women don't buy power tools in mass. It don't make fucking sense. You start off with men, and then you kind of just get women in the way of, okay, you got a husband that wants this, you should come buy this too. You know what I'm saying? And that's how you get the women in. You find a way to get those other audiences into buying your product. You do not start off marketing to every in which way.
I'm saying that Gucci doesn't have to put Italian on on there.
We're not gonna call out this toxic masculinity.
I'm saying they already made it. But I'm saying they didn't do that from the beginning. They just made good product. That's what I'm saying. They start a business. I was watching a thing on Gucci and watched a documentary on it recently.
You should watch the one on Fubu though.
But like even Roscoe's chicken and waffles, people legitimately say Roscoe chain. People have said that Roscoe's is being gentrified because this wouldn't, and people get legitimately upset when they go into a Roscoe's chicken and waffles and they see white people. There is an audience.
Those are stupid people.
But I'm saying this is
a small amount.
People that you're dealing with are not true people that are from LA. People that are from LA understand that white people go to Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles because guess what? That brother got to make money. So he's not going to just kick them out. They understand that. You're talking about a small segment of the population that are just straight up idiots. They're dumb.
You really are.
Again,
they're dumb.
I feel like we're being super designed. Like again,
Bro,
if you go outside, you can
fucking denominator.
But I'm telling, like this is what I'm saying. Like if you legitimately, everyone who starts a business, they don't like, because I know people who start.
We're running around the same point. We got it. All right. Look. Anyway, we ran out of time. We already ran out of time. And I kept it going because I thought it was funny watching Bam flounder. My favorite fucking thing.
I was not floundering. I was thriving.
You look like a magic car.
He was swimming around that point.
Okay, to my audience, we will continue on. The content does not end. We're not done yet. We never are. Right? We have an open welcome panel right after this, where artist members like you, just listening at home, may participate. So stick around for that. Right? Exclamation point social in chat for our social medias. So, follow us on Twitter, where we tweet things. Discord, where we do everything, including the open welcome panel, is going to happen there. So jump on in. We'd love to have you there. YouTube, if you missed anything, check out YouTube for the VOD. Like, comment, subscribe, consider becoming a YouTube member, hitting that join button, putting us that way. If you enjoy getting that content in your inbox 7 days a week, we need your help to make that happen. All right. And also hit that follow button. If you've been here, if you wandered into this channel, been enjoying it, hit that follow button. And make sure notifications are on. 7 nights a week, we provide you with content here, either on Twitch or on YouTube. We have content for you 7 nights a week, so hit that follow button if you haven't done so yet. Okay, I'm gonna give an outro to these great participants. All right, we'll start with Bam. Bam, it's been a rough one for you.
I'm telling you, we gotta get some more intelligent people in here.
We do, man. We will. I'm gonna start inviting people to
agree with that.
We're working on it. Like I said, this is the one time. Like no matter how pissed I get, as soon as I end it, I'm like, oh god, I love y'all niggas, man. I really do. It was a good time for me to fight out about things, even when people are wrong, right or wrong. I feel good. That's it.
Seriously, no, shout out to my man Bam. Like, Bam is a great guy. He comes through all the time. He's out here supporting. You know, no, seriously, shout out to him. So I'm glad that you're around and you're part of this community. I'm really glad that you like reached out. Wanted to jump in. Like,
support black businesses.
The channel. Thank you. Yes, please. The channel is better for it. Thank you so much. Nudis, thank you for
Prime, shouldn't you be trying to market this panel to white people according to Ben? No.
Eventually, it's gonna give him a pass and everything and let him on.
I'd market it to white women, right? That's what I do.
Yes, do that. White women are allowed on the panel. We can make them.
We can make that happen. Yeah, I think so. Let's go to Smooth. Smooth, seriously, thank you for coming through. Right, I'm glad that you've been around more often. Like I hit this guy up a lot, you know, and he's just been busy with his life, but he's coming through, and we do appreciate it.
Yeah, for sure, man. I'm glad that I'm able to be here and actually, you know, I'll be a part of this panel. You know what I'm saying? Just as Bam said, you know what I'm saying? Like I love you guys. I love being part of these conversations. I love you guys and stuff. I want to say, like, so I have a myself, like I also stream on Twitter. I have a podcast by the same name. If you want to listen to it, it's on whatever major platform you want to listen to it, or YouTube. Support black business. That's lit. That's how I'm gonna just end this. Like, I'm in my statement. I stand by that. Support black business from the start. You know.
Yeah, thanks so much. And Crossroads Politics is supporting black business by resubbing. Right, we get one more individual person, we get a hype train going on. But thank you, Crossroads Politics, for resubbing for a 7-month streak, 12 months altogether. All the kind says, "Should I've been subbing for a year? What the fuck?" Well, yes. Thank you for supporting us for a year. So one more individual person who supports, and we will get ourselves a hype train. Subs to channel. Oh, there it is. GSU Gambit getting the sub. 220 subs in total. Thank you, GSU Gambit, for supporting black businesses. Actually, very much appreciate it. We're a level 1 hype train. Let's get to a level 2 hype train. Subs to channel. Get bits of gift subs. Okay. Thank you, Smooth. And next to Sly. Sly, thank you for coming through. This is your first time here. I hope you, despite that you were in the hot seat for a little bit, that didn't scare you away, right? This is how we interact here.
Yeah, I'm probably honored that I got roasted as much as I did today. Um, you guys can't see me, but I did get darker. It's just the lighting. Um, but like, I really do want to thank you guys for having me on, interacting. And as a shout out, I mean, I don't stream right now, but I'll be streaming after I move in about a month from now. Um, I guess as a shout out, I just definitely want you guys to check out Fanatic's album. He has some pretty cool music. The album's called Nomadic. I've been listening to it for the last couple of weeks or so. Had some good insights, but from the sounds of it, it seems like I really don't know nothing. So I may need to listen to it again because apparently he might have done some crazy stuff in there that I may be too juvenile to understand. But I really love that album. Check that out, and yeah, that's all I got.
Did you think a man who could create music that beautiful could get that irritated at you?
I was surprised. But there's something interesting within his music that kind of goes along with, just his whole personality. You can hear it if you listen to it. Yeah, I wanted to compliment him about it. There's something that kind of flows within. He has a fire in him. Gotta let it out.
I have a command for Fanatic. If I don't, I gotta change that. Oh, I don't have a command. I should gotta get a command for him. But thank you, Sly. And yeah, you're definitely welcome back in the future. If you are not afraid to accept an invite. But
no, I won't.
Thank you for the support, guys. Thank you for the 500 bits from Naritas. And thank you, Celestii, for gifting a sub, 6 subs in total, to Homeroom of School. Smooth, excuse me, I did it again. Homeroom of Smooth. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do it on purpose. But thank you for gifting us up, though. Awfully kind of you. We're at 77% of level 1 hype train. Was it 23% left? I can do math better than man, Bam. 3% left. Can we get to a level 2 hype train? Subs to channel, get bits, give subs, helps out of 10, or resub that helps us out. And last but not least, we have GSU Gambit, long time support of the community, right? We love having GSU around. He does a lot for this community. Just an all-around great guy. Doesn't matter if we're agreeing or disagreeing. So thank you for being here, buddy.
Cool. Yeah, man. As always, I always enjoy this. This was pretty dope today. Bam, I'm sorry. Sly, I'm sorry, but y'all took L's today. But this is what we got next week, man. Y'all can come back next week. A little bit better takes. And, hey, it'll be pretty dope, man.
You gotta get your weight up like that. So thank you.
Wait, hold on. One thing. Oh, one small thing I forgot to mention. All right. There's this thing happening right now called the NBA playoffs. And I've been watching Steph Curry this whole time. And you, if you're listening, you should be watching too. We're going to win the championship this year. Except for follow me on Twitter, GSU Gambit.
Following exclamation point GSU in chat for
exclamation point BBC.
I don't know about that.
Oh, you made no. Yes.
BBC in chat. Any which way. Thank you, Smooth, for being so kind as paying forward your sub immediately, gifting one to Neo Dawn, awfully kind of you. 6 subs in total from Smooth, thank you. And then Black American Mig also paying forward a sub. They got from Gigi the Gray, shout out to Gigi, and putting us at a level 2 hype train, 8% done. 92% left. Thank you so much for the support so far. Let's see if we get to a level 3 hype train. Sub to channel, get bits, give sub, but thank you for supporting Black businesses, putting a bit of your money where your mouth is. All right, so thank you for that assistance. It means a lot, really. Okay, we will continue on to our open walk-on panel. Anyone here is welcome to join us, but if not, that's okay. Thanks for spending your time, your energy, your knowledge, and your passion with my community. I know they appreciate it just as much as I do. Have a good one. Bye.